Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down. I'm your host, Regina Lena, and I am so happy for all of you to be with us today. It is episode 63. It's just getting better and better and better, and I am so excited because we have an amazing guest with us today. She is none other than Miss Canada's Top Choice 2020, Melicia Gregory. Hey, girl.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. So, Melicia, there are a few people watching who may not know who you are. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Melicia Gregory. I am a former aviations officer at Pearson Airport. I'm currently working as a security specialist within the respite centers throughout Toronto, Ontario. I'm also a fourth year Law and Society major at York University. I love York. And I am my sister's eyes, and I'm a social advocate for people who are homeless, single mothers, and for children.
I love that. So I'm listening to you talk and I'm just like, wow, whoa, wow. Like if people saw what I looked like when you were explaining and describing who you are, I'm just like, I didn't know at least half of that. That's amazing. So how do you have time when you're in school and doing all these things to still compete in a pageant?
Well, I guess because of my upbringing, like I came from poverty and struggle, so like you can't let anything stop you. You kind of have to just keep going. I don't know, I like to challenge myself, so I felt like, why not join a pageant during the pandemic? It's a great way to compete against yourself because that's what a pageant really is about. And I had a goal set to lose weight to compete, and I didn't lose weight, I gained more, but it's okay. Beauty is health at the end of the day, and I'm healthy, thank God. And I did lose weight, by the way. I lost 10 pounds, but
Nice.
yeah, so I just made time.
Beauty is health. I love that. I really do love that. I mean, people are, and that's the thing everyone always talks about, wanting to lose weight for a pageant, but it isn't until you truly embrace who you are as an individual on the inside first. The outside doesn't matter.
Yeah, health definitely is beauty in my opinion because looks fade. After a certain age, like your looks start to fade and your personality and your core is what people are going to remember you by,
Hmm.
So to me, health is key.
Love that. Well, something interesting that you mentioned, you are your sister's eyes. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so Chanel, my sister, a former contestant, actually, she's also a winner of Canada's Top Choice as well. She was legally blind, diagnosed when she was around 6 or 8 years old with Stargardt's, although we're not too sure what her actual eye condition is now. However, she does have 15% vision in one eye and 10% vision in the next eye, so she can't actually see like you and me. She cannot see detailed, but you know, yeah. But I myself, I means I see for her. So like we're both in university, I'll help her type out her papers or write her or read for her. If we're walking on the street, I will guide her. Although she does a lot of stuff without me because she pretty much was able to see generally on her
Mhm.
own without assistance. But the older she got, I guess her vision kind of decreased as well. So, I'm just living through my sister. Whatever I see, I let her know from clothing to food, to if things are clean, if things are dirty, I just help her the best way I can. And she also helps me with her intelligence and, her kindness.
That's amazing. I mean, we won't talk too much about your sister because she'll be a guest on here eventually. But because you said you are her eyes, and when it comes to clothing and things, so for pageantry, did you help her pick her outfits? Because what she wore to Canada's Galaxy, oh my goodness, did you help her pick that, or was that something that she picked on her own?
Well, she likes the color yellow. So she knows that's well, no, I actually like the color yellow. That's my favorite color. And I think she probably chose yellow because one, it's something she could see, and then it's my favorite color. But I did help pay for it.
You helped in some way. Well, we will get to your sister one day when she does come on this show. But I want to talk about you. First off, I think that's amazing that you do help your sister with everything because it can be difficult, and I'm sure uh, patience is key when it comes to some situations. But being able to, go to university together, help each other out when you can, I love that.
Thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
honest with you, the older I got, is the more I feel like, because I think I told you earlier that I feel like we're too much the same. Like I feel personally like my identity is too attached to her. Anyways, yeah, so not on her.
No, no, honestly, I get it. I get it. When you're so, you guys are basically like twins, but not really.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't have a sister, so I mean, I don't know what that's like, but I do see you two together a lot. And you, like you mentioned, you also competed together. So what was it like competing for Canada's Top Choice? Because it was virtual this year.
Oh, well, I did not want to actually compete virtually. I really wanted to go in because I watched the videos first because I was looking into that pageant for Chanel because she wanted to do that beforehand. So I decided to say, okay, let me join because, I want to go out there and try to take risks because I don't take risk at all. But I'm getting old. So I'm like, let me try to take a little risk. I don't like online stuff. Technology fails. I'm not good with tech like that, really. So it wasn't as bad as I thought though, because Kate is very organized. She's to the point, and as long as you follow instructions well, which I'm an adult, so it's easier for me to pay attention to a degree. Although sometimes I get distracted. But it was like we had practices every Saturdays, whether it was the dance rehearsals we did with Kate. She's a good choreographer, by the way. We did dance rehearsals. Kind of broke down what areas of competition there was going to be. Yeah, so virtually the competition day, it was a little busy the day up.
Hmm.
Like a few people were having difficulties logging in with the little. Oh, it was something else. But I enjoyed myself. I had fun.
That's
It was
amazing.
better than expected.
Was it the first pageant that you've competed in?
Yes, it
No
was.
way.
It was.
So, okay, there's this thing called the pageant bug, and I'm sure you've heard about it. Were you bitten by the pageant bug?
I think so because my niece started doing pageants before me actually. So I do think I might do some more pageants, but I'm still like very reserved. So I'm not sure if I want to really do anything just yet because I know somebody else is trying to do. I have my younger sister actually is part of Canada's Top Choice as well. I got her in because I wanted to develop more confidence and stuff like that, but I'm too dedicated with helping her right now. So I don't think I have the time to compete if I'm assisting.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's understandable, but no, that's great. Was so you mentioned that your niece first started competing in pageants. Which pageants was she involved in? Is she involved with Canada's Top Choice too?
She's 4 years old. So she started with Joanne Margaret's pageant. I think it's called Canada's
All Canadian pageant?
All Canadians pageants. And then she did Sweet Darling Divas pageant. And then she did the one with Stephanie Hayden Chester. I'm not sure what the name of that one was.
The glass
But
slipper one?
yeah, Glass Slippers. Yeah, she did those pageants. She did well. I think she liked it. But, I gave her a break because I think she doesn't want to do it right now because she's coming into her own. She's a little bit shy and there's a lot of daycare school. It's too much for her at this time. But
Mm. That's awesome. I love how now this whole pageantry thing is becoming a thing in your family with your started with your niece and then it's making your way through all of the sisters. I love that. Well, maybe one day, because there are so many multi-level pageants out there, maybe one day you'll get from your niece to Chanel all in one pageant.
yeah, I'm trying to compete against my sister. I was actually going to do that this year or the upcoming year with Galaxy because it'd be nice to compete, but she's taking it serious. So, I'd hate for her to lose by me, but.
There's always next year.
Yeah. But Canada's Top Choice, though, I really enjoyed their whole system. Is very family oriented. I was included in a lot of stuff. Even up till now, they have a lot of events. Even though we are still in a pandemic, they're very inclusive with stuff. Where I was getting invited to do things. We recently did a give back concert actually, and I think one of the charities that we give back to is Scott Missions charity, and that means a lot to me because I'm currently working around people who are homeless, and they're really down on their luck. So it kind of opened my eyes to see how much people actually need, charitable donations. It's really sad, and oftentimes people like to act like, oh yeah, it's good to actually help people, but we don't get the chance to know people and to know their actual struggle and their lived experiences, because anybody could donate stuff, because we get removed and detached from what we're doing. Like, okay, let me donate some clothes to you, but we're detached from the actual people we're giving stuff to. But after working at this kind of, and I've been in a shelter before too, so like 4 years ago, you know what I mean, when my sister was pregnant. But once you go into those places and you talk to the people, then you hear that they're actually people. They have experiences, they have stories, they have family, and they end up in these situations. It kind of just, brings out empathy and compassion, and you want to help people, even though, sometimes people look at you and think, like, because I know with Canada's Top Choice, me and my sister had to donate to the daily bread food, I'm sorry,
It's
the daily
okay.
bread food bank on North York Harvest. So we were going there, and then the first question we were asked is, oh, are you guys here to pick up? And I'm just like, why would you
What?
assume we're here to pick up stuff? Like, I'm telling you, some things are just outrageous. Like, you get judged by your appearance a lot in society right now, I'm telling you. But we said, no, we're here to donate. And they're very appreciative that we're there to donate. So, it's good, because I know somebody's going to get that food, hopefully, and they're going to enjoy their meal. But yeah, this whole situation of this last year and the pandemic is just really eye-opening. I really learned to appreciate life and appreciate people and just taking care of each other, because we're all just one big family at the end of the day. Even if we look different, we're still human. So we have to look out for each other and take care of each other.
I really hope the person who asked if you were there to pick up when you said that, like, I want to see their face.
There's a person like, oh, that's so nice of you. I think he didn't really know, because I guess it's kind of like a marginalized area, right? So probably assuming, oh, they're there to collect. I was there with my niece too, so he probably thought, oh, they couldn't possibly be here to donate. But no, we're here to donate, because even if you're poor or whatever the case is, you can still donate something to people, So
Mhm. Well, that's what you get for judging a book by its cover, mister. So
just
what is it, I guess, or is there something that you learned about yourself because this was your first pageant? Was there anything you learned about yourself that you didn't know was in there for you?
that I'm a human being. Yeah, because I usually just feel like I'm just a person, but I don't think of myself as a person, like a human. Like, I'm just an existence.
Oh.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I exist, but I'm not a person. So I realized, okay, I am a person. I have an identity. I can do things with myself. And I think the main thing I learned actually is to take risks, because I don't take risks, So I
Yeah,
think
you
it's okay
mentioned.
to take risk if it means you're bettering yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've asked a lot of people that question and I've never heard that response before, but I guess it makes sense, especially when you're in this world, like you said, where you feel like you just exist. And now you have a purpose, you have a title, and I'm sure you've always had that purpose. You just needed that little virtual push from the pageant world.
And another thing following up that I learned, that I'm actually very competitive too. I didn't
Oh.
know I was a competitor, but like the whole time, like if you saw the actual, I think you've seen it, like the pageant.
Mhm.
I was just like, oh yes, I won. I was feeling myself like, okay, of course you're gonna win, baby. Like even before like the competition started, I'm like, I'm gonna win this. I'm just like, I worked hard, I did all I could do. I was confident in myself, and I felt the best that I felt at that time, and I said, I'm gonna win, and I did.
And you did.
Very happy I did.
I love that. Well, we do have a also happy that you won. We have Sherry Handicrafts watching from the Philippines. We have Sarah Edmonds in the chat. She says, "Hey there," and of course we have,
I love,
yours.
hold on one second, Regina. I love the necklace that Sarah Edmonds gave me. I'm so glad she considered, myself to receive the nickel center necklace. I love it. Sorry,
Oh yeah,
continue.
no, I mean I got one too. It's actually next to my desk. Who else is in the chats? Of course, your sister is here. She is supporting you, like you said she would be. She says sometimes you just have to go by and feel as if you have no purpose or sense of self.
Okay.
Sometimes you just leave and go by as
Oh,
and feel as if you have no purpose or sense of self.
okay. So like, I think I know what she's saying. Like,
Okay.
just I'm sorry. I don't even know how to break that down. I think my sister talks very poetic. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay, as long as you understand and she understands and some people understand, we good. Who else is here? Janice McGregor says, "Hi, Regine." Oh, okay, never mind. No, it doesn't. Does it? Let me double check. She says that no, it doesn't say that on mine. Anywho, she's just calling me out for something, but that's fine. But she is in the chats and she also says hello. So for those who are watching, if you have any questions for Melicia, please leave them in the comments down below. I will be sure to ask her. I'll be happy to ask her. And yeah, so going back to our conversation. Oh, she says, my dictation ... Sometimes you are just going by to go by.
Oh, going with the flow. Okay.
Yes. There we go. See, we knew she was going to come through. And Jana says, "Hi, ladies. I love you both from Saskatchewan."
I love you too. Thank you.
So yes, like I said, if any of you have any questions for Melicia, be sure to ask them in the chats because I'd be more than happy to ask her and I'm sure she'd be happy to answer. So a question that I do like to ask people who are fairly new to pageantry, what would be your dream pageant title or dream pageant to compete in?
Galaxy. I think that's my dream to compete in. I like the one I was in, but I already did it. So I would say Galaxy. I like the system, and I went and I felt like a competitor. A competitor. I sound French. It was very nice. The environment. I was practicing the dances with ladies. I got to talk to them. I really enjoyed myself there. So I think I would like to compete.
Yeah, because you were everywhere. I mean, you were at the end, standing with the Ms. division, and you were just a part of the gang.
It was a lot of fun that day.
So would you be in the Ms. division, I guess, if you were to compete?
I think I'd be in the Miss division, yeah.
So you can compete with your sister.
Yeah. Would I be in the Miss? What's the age group for the Miss?
28 and up.
Oh no, then I'd be the Miss.
See, you can still technically compete.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Okay, well, that's a great answer. I'm just going through the questions from Instagram because I do like asking people, like on Instagram, I do ask people to submit questions and they usually have a lot of questions. And one of them from Instagram, what is your platform and what do you do to promote it?
My platform, I don't really think I have a platform. I just think that I live based off of integrity and compassion. I love people. So personally, I just go around giving advice to people and trying to upbuild their character. Not their egos, just their character. I like to build people's character.
Nice.
Like, that's my answer to that. Thank you.
No, I like that answer. And you know what? Sometimes it's true, there are so many things that you are passionate about. Like you were saying earlier, you are passionate about helping the homeless and children and all of these things. And sometimes there's not just one thing that is your platform or one thing that you're passionate about. And when I hear you talking about helping people in the community, your passion shines, and we hear so much about like you hear your passion in your heart when you talk about them. So what are some things, I guess, that you've been able to do with your title to promote your platform and your beliefs?
Well, for starters, I get to brag. I'm a title. I like to go out into communities without my crown. I like to speak directly to people I don't know, I just feel like my approach in talking to people is a little bit better than just showing, oh, hey, this is me, I'm a pageant. I just like to be one-on-one with people and tell them what I think on whatever the conversation might be. But I took photos. I've talked to people, a part of my company, about the pageants. I told my friend about it too. I know she's going through some stuff right now. I think she was supposed to join, but I'm not too sure what she's doing right now. But I pretty much tell people to get involved in the community. I continuously go out and I donate. I still plan on donating and visiting places throughout the fall, So stuff like that is what I do.
I love that. And so what is it, I guess, about Your sister in the comments said, I officially just turned 28, so yes, you'd be in the Miss, MISS, for Galaxy. And Janice says, kindness is a great lifestyle. I like
Yes,
that.
it
I
is.
love that. So, going back to Canada's Top Choice, you competed virtually. What was it like, I guess, having to because I've never competed for like I competed at Canada's Top Choice actually back in 2016, and we're both part of the Miss Sisterhood, which I love. I remember that was one of the first things I said to you after you won. But what was it like competing for it virtually? You know, having rehearsals virtually and then having to record it virtually and then having the crowning moment virtually. What was that?
It was a mess a little bit. It was because we don't, oh, I don't have space like that. So even the walks, we had to like move the entire couch out of the way, and the baby was trying to do her catwalk too. Like, so it was a lot because we wanted to find the best space for the filming of the videos, for like the walking, the evening gown, and with kind of the top choices like four. I think there's like three competition parts. There is swimwear, evening wear, and then you have interview question, which you're asked on the spot. So for online was just difficult. So that's all I know. But I do know like during the actual day of competition, when they're calling the winners and stuff like that, I don't think we had any issues on our end, but I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt a little bit anxious. A little anxious. I can't really pinpoint why I felt anxious, but I just felt a little bit anxious. But it was a good anxious, I guess.
So I guess because you, like we were talking about briefly earlier, you were at Canada Galaxy as your sister's eyes. And so for you having your only experience virtual and then now being a part of this and being backstage or helping your sister, do you want to be on stage now too?
If I had my sister's eyes, I would, because I have a fear of people looking at me. I have like, I can't like look at somebody and see somebody looking back at me because I don't see myself as somebody that needs to be looked at. I like to do the looking. I don't know. It's like weird. Like I'm just not good at presenting or talking in big groups, and then to walk on stage, like I would like to try the risk of doing that and being comfortable to that degree, but I don't know, I might freeze up. I've had some bad experiences when I had to like present in front of people too. There was a time like I can't even go into depth, but like I had to present with these two classmates of mine, and I just started to laugh, and the class was looking at me, and the teacher was just looking like, is everything okay? Is she crying? And I wasn't crying, I was just laughing, but no.
But you know what? When with pageantry and with experience from pageantry, it does help you a lot when it comes to public speaking. Like, look at you right now. You're saying you don't like talking or looked at, but you're on YouTube right now. You're doing more speaking than I am. But I do know that it does come with a lot of practice, and with pageantry, you will start to gain that self-confidence. You were saying it earlier. You won how many awards? You were feeling yourself. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that because you swept the competition. How many side awards? How many side awards did you win?
I won 4. I got the charity award. I got hold on, it's right there. Miss Popularity, People's Choice, and then the best one, which I wasn't expecting, Congeniality.
Well,
I didn't think that because I didn't get to meet the girls, right? And sometimes, people will misjudge you, and I felt like I don't know if these people really like me that much. Although I don't really care about people's opinion like that when it comes to if you like me or not, because I'm not going anywhere, right? But it's virtual too, so I couldn't get a chance to get to know the girls. Like, oh hi, I'm Melicia. I'm blah blah blah. I like to do blah blah blah, or what's your name or whatever. I couldn't talk to nobody, so it's kind of like me and my sister in my home. Like this is my twin. I'm cool. I'm good to go. But you guys, I don't know you, so I'm like I don't know who's gonna vote for me. So I kind of just assumed I'm not getting that one, but let me try to get photogenic, But I didn't get photogenic. I really wanted photogenic, like all the on stage components I didn't get. But at the end of the day, I think it's really good that I still got, People's Choice and Popularity, because that shows, people like me. And I'm a people person. I love people at the end of the day. So it was very honoring to get that. Although I was hurt that I didn't win photogenic.
I mean, it comes with practice. I mean, I don't think I ever won photogenic until Galaxy. So your time will come, don't worry. So another question from YouTube is from your sister. What is your favorite portion of the competition?
In
Top choice.
evening wear. I love evening wear because I got to dress up and look elegant. I got to do my own makeup. My hair was nice. I got to look pretty and not say anything, and I actually just was there. I was a person. I was looking at me for once. So I was kind of like happy. Winning is also a great component of competitions. I like to win.
Well, there you go. That's a great question, actually. We are actually at the halfway point already on our share, which is tips from a beauty queen. And but you've been surrounded by pageants and beauty queens in your family for a while now. What are 5 tips that you can give to anyone who is either starting out in pageantry or is looking at trying pageants?
The first one would be research the pageant, because with me, I typed in top choice. I watched the videos. I see what kind of competition categories they had, what I felt comfortable with doing. So I did my research on the pageant system. I got to know the directors. I got to see, previous queens, and if it was a platform based or what type of pageants that they had. Research is very key. You don't want to sign something and not want to do it at the end of the day. Tip number 2, stay off of social media days before the pageant. Yeah. Me and my sister, there's a section, there was a time actually when I want to look and see the live show while it was filming during our pageant, and we already because we're kind of secluded people. We don't really intermingle with people unless we're outside in a specific area, but we like to keep to ourselves. We're private people. There was a section where I don't know what's going on, but I had opened the other laptop to see what was going on with the comments and stuff like that. So I'm like, I kind of know nobody's going to be watching because I didn't promote it and talk about it. Neither did my sister. Actually, I'm not sure what she did, but I opened it and I saw people cheering for whoever they were cheering for, and I didn't see my name, and I was just like, oh, well, it was just another reminder that, I don't really have support. I have lots of siblings, but I don't really have support of friends or people like that either. So I was just like, okay, that kind of sucks, you know what I mean? But then my sister told me, just close it down. Don't even waste your time looking at that, because that's not what we're here to do. So definitely put your social media away or give it in the hands of somebody else so that they can monitor it for you. Tip number 3, I would say, you're paying to be a part of a pageant. So at the end of the day, you want to put your best foot forward. It's not rigged, as most people or some people may say that it is. I come to find out that it's not, because the amount of judges that some of these pageants have, there's no way that they could all be judging you based off of bias. Make sure you research, like I said, research the pageant, know what the requirements are so that you're not hit with surprises. And just go in there with a proper mindset. Just know that you're competing against yourself. You're not competing against, somebody else, because nobody will look like you. Your headshot is not going to look the same as the girl on the left. Your outfit, even if it looks the same, you're still a different person at the end of the day. Even if you are a twin, you guys can still be ranked differently at the end of the day. So definitely your mindset is key. You're competing against yourself. And then tip number 4, Black girls, brown girls, and a few minorities need to be cognizant of pageant systems. We're here to be, take up space. You know what I mean? We're here to be seen, and we're trying to revolutionize the way pageants or the way beauty is seen. So when you're doing these things, don't go there and try to do things half-assed. Go there and try to represent yourself, and know that if you're representing yourself, there's a lot of other Black girls who are joining pageants because they've seen you. So do not go there and represent yourself bad, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, we're always grouped together. So go there with a positive mindset. Go there to slay and just be a wonderful person when you meet people, and just be aware of the system that you're joining to. And obviously you want to see that there's diversity in the system that you are a part of as well, because that's what I also liked with Top Choice. It was very diverse. I saw a lot of the queens, a lot of the competitors were diverse. So I'm like, I like this atmosphere, so I feel included, I feel welcome, so I'm going to join it. And I think I'm at tip number 5, I think. Just be a nice person. Yeah, and don't worry about nobody else. You have to be a nice person. because of course it's inevitable you're going to find people that you don't like, you don't mesh well with, but you're there representing yourself to the best of your abilities. So you're not trying to go in there to be mean. Just go, you don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to, but just try to be present and just enjoy yourself. That's my
I love that. No, I love it. I love it. Well, like who was it? Janice said, kindness is a great lifestyle. But I just want to touch base. Okay, so earlier you were talking about how you went on the stream and you didn't see a lot of people cheering for you. But you know what? There were people cheering for you. I was cheering for you. Maybe I should have typed it up a little bit more. But no, and sometimes with pageantry, it does take a bit to build your community, build your cheering squad.
Yeah.
But I already knew this. Janice wrote, girl, I already told you I'm in your support system, XOXO. Yes. And it's just about finding your people, finding your community, finding your support system. You have your family, like you said, you have all your siblings, but now you also have a community like Canada's Top Choice who will support you. You have your pageant sisters outside of Canada's Top Choice like myself or Janice and Sarah, like there's so many girls out there, women out there who are cheering you on. And I think that's something people don't realize about pageantry is we're not competing against each other. You said it earlier, you're competing against yourself and everyone else is there to uplift you. So don't worry. Next time you compete, you will hear all of us cheer for you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah. Man.
Don't worry, girl. Another comment, a few comments from Janice. She says, congratulations on the side awards, especially on congeniality. That is the best. And she also says, is the red dress in the thumbnail your evening gown? It's beautiful and it looks wonderful on you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I like the dress too. I like the red. I didn't know you wore red until I rewatched it. So I'm like, oh, red is a queen color. So I was very proud of myself to wear that color.
Honestly, there's something about red on stage and red on darker skin. I think it just pops and it just makes you look radiant. And I love the color. And I honestly loved your dress. I was like, I want that dress.
Thank you.
Well,
yeah, and I'm sorry, I just want to say one more thing. After I won, after my sister won, after I won, I think they cut the screen very quickly because I was just I'm sorry. It was just like I couldn't believe it. It's almost like I spoke it into existence. I was just like howling in my house. I was so happy. It was a great time to be alive. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
No, I love that. And I guess that's the thing that we don't see in virtual pageants, and the thing that we miss about in-person pageants is your genuine reaction that you see on stage. The ugly crying face, or if it's me, that I'm trying not to cry face. We miss all of that. But this is just the beginning of your pageant journey, and I'm sure there will be many more moments that we can see you howling on stage. Like I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Another question that I have here from Instagram, I'm going to go back to the platform. How did you prepare for the pageant with it being your first pageant virtually?
I watched your show. So I listened to a lot of the guests you had in your show. And I think somebody said as well, I don't know if it was Bia Rose. No, it wasn't her. I think maybe it was Elizabeth Marnock. She said to watch the previous queens of like pageant systems, right? So I kind of watched I watched the video beforehand. I seen what they done. I'm like, how can I stand out and be authentically myself and set myself aside from these ladies? Because at the same time, you don't want to copy people who have went before. You want to be different and still yourself. I prayed, of course. I followed the instructions and the requirements that they wanted, and I just stayed happy, and I just kept the mentality like I'm competing against myself. I envisioned my outfits I wanted, the color schemes I wanted. I wanted something vibrant because I am Caribbean. My background is Jamaican, so I wanted something bright. So I got like the orange swimwear with the orange sarong with some flowers on it, and then I got the bright red dress. It reminded me of like Nigerian Ghanaian wedding thing because I had like the little big flower in the front. So yeah, I just wanted to represent something that was authentically myself.
And
So
you looked great, honestly. I love what I think I love the most about pageantry, and I think people have heard it. You've probably heard me say it, is the fashion of pageants, and because not everyone gets to dress up all glitz and glam. And now that you've been in pageants, well, I've been in pageants for so long, and I'm sure other people who are watching, and I'm sure your sister, and you'll see it soon too, is you go through your closet, and then when people are like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a casual out, like a semi-formal attire, and you're like, uh-oh, what is semi-formal now? Because you just don't remember.
Yeah, and you really have to look up the definitions for some things too, because sometimes they say casual wear. If you're wearing like your sweats, that's not the casual that we're talking about. That's why guys read and research the pageant, because you don't want to miss the mark, you know. Evening wear is supposed to be elegant, think old Hollywood and red carpet, not club dresses. Nothing wrong with the club outfit, but that's separate from pageantry, because pageantry is historically classy, and stuff like that.
Another question from Instagram is, what do you think made you different while you were competing compared to the other girls?
I think what made me different, well, I was competing against one girl, and I really felt bad because at one point I started to, like, I was very confident going into the pageant, but there was another point in the section when I actually looked at who my competition was, and my confidence went down.
Oh no.
Because she's beautiful. I think her name was Jing. She's beautiful, she's skinny, you know, she had the aesthetic of what pageantry looked like. I'm not sure what she was, but she was a very beautiful lady, she was. But, you know, I looked at her and I automatically thought, like, she just looks like she's going to win, you know. And like, even they gave out the side awards, I was just like, beat me in like everything that's like all the stage aspects. Like she beat me in talent, she beat me in these. So I started to like tally these things subconsciously, and I'm like, oh, this girl might actually beat me, you know what I mean? Because I went in cocky, like I thought I was gonna get this. I didn't think she was gonna get anything, I was just all about myself. I wasn't worried about her. But then I'm just like, you know, she's actually really good. She knows what she's doing. And you know, and then I started to think like, oh, maybe they think I'm too ghetto, maybe they think I'm, you know, too fat. Like I started to internalize all these things that I don't really care about, you know. And I thought, like, you know, I started to kind of be like, yeah, I don't really like that. And I'm just like, no, Melicia, don't worry about that. Okay, they're gonna look at me and think, okay, she's confident, because I love myself, and I do love myself. I'm still, you know, I'm not skinny at the time as I wanted to be, but you know, I still pulled up in my swimwear. I still, you know, showed my arms. I was confident. I did what I needed to do. And, you know, they're going to see that I was confident and that I felt great about myself when I competed. So I said to myself, it's okay. I still got it. But, you know, it was.
No, I feel you. But you know what? You won. You know, you killed it. Clearly, you killed it. And I think you did amazing. But you mentioned talent. I know Canada's Top Choice is big on talent. What did you do for those who didn't watch?
I'm so glad they didn't show. I bought a karaoke mic, right? And I thought I could sing. So I attempted to sing like, I don't know what the song is called. It was like a old disco song, because I love all kinds of music, right? But I wanted to sing something old fashioned because it made me sound like I have a better vocal range. I sang it. I wore this big curly wig. I was wearing like some miracle outfit, and I think they kind of thought it was like to karaoke. Like I really thought I was giving it. Like I always thought it was Beyonce. They didn't like it, so I lost.
Hey, okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with karaoke. Like Cindy with an S, she actually competed at Canada's Top Choice. Her talent was a karaoke rendition, not like an actual karaoke rendition, but she gave a performance as if she was at a karaoke bar to, I think, Valerie by Amy Winehouse. So there's nothing wrong with a karaoke performance. Girl, as long as you had fun doing it, and like you said, you think you sounded great, I'm sure you sounded good.
Thank you. And then I think there was another component of the side of work. So there was like runway, and I'm not sure what the other one was called, but like runway. I thought I was walking. I thought it was chassing. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I thought it was really giving what I was supposed to give. So I didn't win that. I was just like, okay. So my stage performance wasn't that well, but I still did well enough to win. So I'm glad, and there's I forgot to say, Canada's Top Choice has four divisions that you could enter. Ages 6 to 8, I believe, is the junior miss. And then I'm not sure what the other age range is for, but I know there's junior miss, there is teen, which my younger sister Gloanne is going to be in. Then there's miss, which you and I are a part of, and then there's the ms, which is mothers, married women, and women who are, I think, over the age of 27, I think. I'm not too sure on that. I should have read it before.
No worries, no worries. Well, they are looking for candidates for the 2021 pageant, so if anyone is interested, find them on Facebook or Instagram. Going back to the comments in the live chats, your sister says, Queens forever, go down in history, wonderful role models.
Thank you.
And then Janice says, Jamaica, we're practically cousins. I'm Guyanese.
Yes, we are. It's so nice, actually, to see a bunch of us Caribbean girls getting into pageantry. Like, I'm so proud of my people. Like, we're from such small islands and we're making such waves in pageantry. I'm very proud of my Guyanese girls in Galaxy, too. I've seen a lot of them doing well. And, yeah, good job. Very proud.
I love it. I love it. Well, this conversation has been amazing. I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot better. I know that our audience has gotten to know you a lot better. And like I said, I cannot wait to see where your journey continues to grow. You are just in the beginning stages of your pageant journey, and I know that you're only going to grow from here. You mentioned it earlier, girl, you are not too ghetto, you are not too big, you are not too whatever to compete in pageants, because pageantry is about the person on stage, right? And Denise Garrido said it best, everyone is destined for whatever title it might be. It'll come to you, whichever title it is, whether it be in Galaxy or going back to Canada's Top Choice, because I know you mentioned that's something you wanted to do. The sky's the limit. The age is nothing but a number now in pageantry, and I love that. So don't worry. This is just the beginning for you.
Yes. Thank you for your kind words, Regine.
You're so welcome. Honestly, yes. I love your energy. I love hearing your passion. I love, I see you support your sister so much, but then I also love seeing that you stepped out of your sister's shadow, essentially, and you also got your eyes on the prize and got yourself where you are today. I can't wait to see you compete on stage in person one day.
Thank you. I'm trying to be as good as you. You're very poised and you're very stern on stage. You're almost a little scary. When I met you, I'm like, oh, hopefully she's in a good mood. Like, hi, Regina.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Yeah, it was so nice meeting. I wish I had done myself up to meet you, because you're just actually really stunning in person too. So yeah, wow.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's so weird getting complimented on air because people see my actual reaction. I'm just like, cringe. No, I do appreciate it. Yeah, you mentioned that the first time, I don't even remember this, but the first time I guess essentially we met was at the Sweet Darling Divas pageant before this was literally before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And now here we are. Welcome to the Miss Canada's Top Choice Sisterhood. You're stuck here forever.
Thank you.
Another question. Before we start to wrap things up, Chanel asks, would you get a coach?
Most definitely not. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I might, because Angel is lovely. Mm-hmm. She's a lovely woman, and she helped my sister with she helped my sister get the confidence to even get her job. So I do think coaches are definitely I think if you're doing anything, you should invest in what you're doing. So coaches, I'm not opposed to coaches. Yeah. So I think coaching is great. But I like to challenge myself. There's just something about claiming stuff independently. But at the same time, you can't be foolish when you do stuff. You need to have your bases covered. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, good question. I'm sorry. My answers sound like I have a tendency of answering things like into like either yes and no. Like everything is yes and no. I can't just give you a yes or a no. It's like
No,
totally everything.
it's fine. It's fine. I mean, sometimes people, when it comes to coaching, sometimes you just need the initial basics and then you work on your own. Or sometimes, you don't get a coach and you still kill it. Everyone is different. But like you said, if you're going to do something to invest in yourself, go big or go home.
Definitely.
Janice says, small, poor countries with big, rich hearts. I guess she's going back to when we were talking about Guyana and Jamaica. I
Yes.
love it. Hey, the Philippines is the same way. Small country, poor country,
Yes.
big hearts.
And
Yes, yes. We need a potluck one day. Well, you've been a part of Canada's Top Choice, and I know that they've been doing a lot of outdoor photo shoots and outdoor get-togethers. Have you been able to join them and be a part of the community that way?
yes, there was a photo shoot that happened last month. I think it was in Markham, Ontario. That was like the first time I got to meet all the ladies, and same with them. They're just like, I saw their pictures. I'm like, they're beautiful. But then I saw them in person. I'm like, they're really like Priya. She's gorgeous. Judith is beautiful. Kathy and Tyra. Oh my goodness, beautiful women. So I was like surprised. Like you guys are 10. Like how can you be more prettier in person, right? And then my sister is beautiful, and like there was the new candidates that were beautiful too. It was just a great environment. They're friendly. So I went to that. Sorry for rambling. And then
Right.
tomorrow there's actually a photo shoot with Aiden in
Mhm.
Brantford. So I look forward to going to that with him and wearing my crown and my sash and yeah, taking
Well,
photos and
well,
representing him.
enjoy. I love everything about Canada's Top Choice and them giving back to the community, but still building that sisterhood. And I think that's why I was a part of the organization for so long and seeing it grow from it started in 2015 and now here we are. They're looking for 2021 candidates. Oh,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I think more people should actually start off with Canada's Top Choice because it definitely prepares you for, the like if you're trying to do something a little bit on a bigger platform, it definitely prepares you with, what you need to do from the coaching beforehand to, what you should wear, like little general tips to direct you in the right path. Like, yeah, it's definitely a good idea. I think a lot of people should definitely go into Top Choice before they compete in a bigger pageant system because it definitely prepares you adequately before you hit a big stage.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it is a big pageant. It has grown, but like you said, it is a great place to start. It's only $100. You get full training. Why
Yeah.
not, right? So, no. Again, for those who are interested, you guys can find Canada's Top Choice Pageants on Facebook or on Instagram. Like we both mentioned, they are looking for 2021 delegates, and I'm interested to see who will join the Miss Sisterhood.
Hopefully my younger sister. Oh wait,
Very
she's a teen, so never mind. Yeah.
Hey, but that would be cool because then you'll have a winner in your family in the teens, someone in the Miss, and then someone in the Ms. So, I mean, who knows? We need a little Miss now, or a junior Miss.
Hopefully my niece can join too because I know she's very beautiful to me. So hopefully she would like to do it.
100%. Scott Dion Brown is in the chats. He says, "Hi, everybody."
Hi.
Well, Scott, we were actually talking about you before the show, and she was saying how cool, calm, collective you were. You weren't stressing out when things were going crazy backstage at Canada's Top Choice, and I was telling her that is a lie. You are not that at all. Just kidding. Just kidding. He is not. He's literally the most calm person I know, even when he's stressed out.
Yeah, like sometimes I don't know what he was thinking because when he asked me like the question for like the question segment, he was just so calm about it. Just thank you. At the end, I'm like, okay, like thank you. Like you had no, like he just seems so calm and just so natural. He's very calm, very professional.
That's why they pay him the big bucks. Just kidding. He doesn't get paid for Top Choice. He says, cool as a cucumber. Yes, cool as a cucumber. Janice McGregor says, Regine, you need to host Melicia and Chanel together. We will one day. We're just getting them to do separate first and then bring them together. So don't worry, it is coming soon. Ahmad Kamen is in the chat. They say hello.
Hi, Ahmad. I hope you're doing well.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. But you know what? We are starting to wrap things up, so we are going to say goodbye to everyone. But Melicia, if people wanted to continue to follow your pageant journey or get to know you a little bit better off this platform, where can they find you online?
Instagram, although my Instagram is private, so yeah, you can follow me, I guess. It's Melicia Gregory at gmail. Not my email, Melicia Gregory. Okay. My first and last name,
Scratch that. Melicia Gregory. I will put the links in the description below. Maybe she'll accept you, maybe she won't. Just let her know we sent you.
Though, so if you need to talk to me about anything, I'm here for advice.
There you go. So make sure you follow her on Instagram. Scott says, hit like, everybody. Yes. If you all enjoyed today's episode and enjoyed getting to learn about Melicia and learn more about her journey through pageantry, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you like all things pageants and want to stay tuned with the Pageant Sit Down, make sure you subscribe to this channel, as I do go live every Monday or Wednesday, once a week at least. Melicia, thank you again so much for joining me tonight. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I hope to see you and your sister again soon once this pandemic clears.
Most definitely.
Yes. And so before we say goodbye, is there anything else you would like to say to our viewers?
Yes. I think it's important for people to talk to people that don't look, behave, or have the same abilities as yourself. It's always easy to say, oh, I feel bad for this person, or, to have fake compassion to people. But I really think it's important that people make an actual effort to speak to people like they're humans, Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say something, what happened today. I just need to say this first.
Let it out, girl.
I was with Chanel walking in the plaza by my building, by the mall. And somebody was behind us driving, right? Like, okay, no problem. Instead of honking their horn to tell us to move, he decided to do an aggressive, whatever turn that is, like an aggressive right turn, and cut me and my sister off. So of course I marched up to this guy, because you don't do that, right? He was very rude. Me and him were exchanging insults, you know what I mean? Because, like, first of all, you don't do that. My sister cannot see, and not because she's walking without a cane does not give you the right to just assume that anybody walking does not have a disability. A lot of people have invisible disabilities. A lot of people, I could have been a pregnant woman, because you only saw me from the back. You know what I'm saying? I could have had a stroller. I could have had a pouch carrying a child or something like that. You don't do that with your vehicle to cut somebody up. That's very rude. And I understand when you're upset, you may not act properly, but if you have your license, part of getting your license, it entails that you do not drive while you're upset. So obviously he didn't read his whole manual when he got his license. Anyways, he cut me off, and then he ran into Tim Hortons. I went to Tim Hortons with him too. And then God. It was so awkward because he was quiet, and I was still mumbling to my sister, because I get really mad over stuff like that, because you don't do that, because you don't know people, right? And it could have been anybody. It could have been somebody old, you don't know, because my back is facing you. But I obviously assumed he did it because of what he assumed we look like in the area that we're in. So obviously, I don't know if it's a pseudoscience or whatever, but like oftentimes people will look at Black folks like they're an object, so they don't see us as things to move out of the way, right? So I kind of just felt like this was like, I don't know what his motive was to be like this, like he was trying to kill us. I told him, like, you're pretty much trying to kill us with your vehicle. He blew me off, whatever. And so he went and got his coffee, and he came out, and I realized the man had already left, because I was still vexed over the situation. I had to check this man. So I left Tim Hortons and I ran up on the man, and I told him, you could, my sister can't see, because he didn't know clearly, but I told him, my sister can't see. You can't just take your car and just block people's way. You know what I mean? You could have hit us. You could have hit my sister. She could have walked into your vehicle. This man said, I'm sorry. So to me, I just feel like it's important to be nice to people. Of course, I could have handled it better, but I was upset because you could have hit my sister, you could have hit me, and it could have been somebody else. You don't act like that. You're being irresponsible. So I pretty much want to tell people, try your best to be nice to people, talk to people who are different from yourself, and just be a good person.
Because what did Janice say? Kindness is a great lifestyle.
It is.
Well, on that note, you and your sister, please stay safe.
Poor thing, Regine. I'm sorry. I
No worries.
think that there needs to be, although I'm sure my sister would say this too, but there needs to be a better way of us incorporating people with disabilities in. We'll talk a different time, Regine, because I talk
Okay.
too much.
Sounds good. No worries. No worries. Stay tuned if you want to know what she says. But again, Melicia, thank you so much for joining us today. Like we've been saying, I think the theme of today's show is kindness is a great lifestyle, and we should all start practicing it. But I do wish you all the best when it comes to everything with school and your pageant career, everything in the works. And I do hope that you and your sister continue to stay safe, you and your family stay safe. And everyone else, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Cannot wait to see you all next week. And again, like Scott Dion Brown said, hit like everyone. We'll see you all next week. Bye.